Well, hello everyone. It is a day or night 7 of Yuletide. It is the Feast of St. Stephen's, Boxing Day. Okay, so in a nutshell, this would be Thor's Day, believe it or not. Not Thursday, Thor's Day. And children, sort of looking after, protecting, and nurturing children. Okay. Tonight we would be thinking about our community and how we have an effect within it. Yeah, some people stay indoors all the time. I mentioned this in one of the previous videos, playing on their Xbox, etc. They don't really contribute much to the community at all. And other people, they get out and active. They go out litter picking, community things, parish councils, clubs, and the like. There are all sorts of ways you can affect your community. Okay, you can, as I said, you could go out and litter pick. You don't need to make a group or form a group to do it. You can just literally walk along with a carrier bag from your front door to the shop. Yeah, walking to the shop will be healthier for you, less pollution in the environment if you worry about that sort of stuff. And you just take your carrier bag and you pick up crap you see along the way. I don't literally mean dog crap. Oh, and that is a bugbear. What's the point of picking up your dog shit if you're then just going to tie it up in a bag and throw it in a field? You might as well just, if you left it where it was, it had more chance of being broken down, decomposed, nutrients put back into the world. Well, now you put it in a carrier bag or a bag, which now it means it's going to be there for thousands of years. Right, anyway, apart from that, yeah, it's a little community dig I just had there with dog walkers. I'm sorry, dog. I know a lot of you take it home with you, put it in the bin, put it in the bins provided and things. But I've been out and about and I find bags of it just thrown over a hedge. It's like that's it. You might as well just left it where it was. Okay. And so yeah, how your presence in the community affects the community. Be it your own personal little community around or the community as a city, town, village on a whole. It's also time to take stock and think about travels for the future. Okay, we're celebrating Yule, we're up to night 7. Things are winding down, you're going to have to start thinking about that long journey home to your little farm out in that wintry, snowy field. Well, you did when you were a Viking anyway. Not so much now. You jump in the car, you drive somewhere. It's not so bad. So yeah, you think about your travels, which are coming up, and your journeys you have to make ahead of you in life. What else do we also think about on this night? Ourselves. Yeah, we remind ourselves about fidelity, not just in marriage, but just in your life in general. If you look in the dictionary and find that word, you find it doesn't just say being faithful in marriage. Okay, it's being faithful in everything. It's basically whatever you pledge your allegiance to, whatever you pledge your faith to. Yeah, remind yourself about those things. Remind yourself about when you've said, "I'm going to, I don't know, give up smoking." Yeah, most people make this pledge, this agreement with themselves on the last day of Yule, yeah, night 12, going into the new year. But to be quite honest, energetically, it's probably better closer to the beginning of December. The energies for it are much more ripe for you to actually succeed. So let's go for a little halfway point, shall we? Let's go tonight. Okay, make your New Year's resolutions tonight, and that gives you about a week to actually implement them. Yeah, and get them established before you actually commit to it fully in the new year. What else can we talk about? I have, yeah, it's the month of the hay moon. My cup of tea is in the way of my notepad. And so is my phone actually. It's the month of the hay moon. Hay moon would have been July. Okay, and it is just thinking about July. Think about the things you've done in last July, things you pledged your fealty to from then until now, and think about the future to July coming. It's the beginning of the harvest season. Yeah, okay, it's not full on harvest time for most crops, but you are starting to pull in some of the crops, a lot of your homegrown veg, which I harp on about all the way through these Yuletide videos. Some of them are ready to bring in. So your lettuces should be ready and things like that. So it's time to start harvesting. It's time to think about going and having your preparations for winter. Okay, and so that's what July would all be about. And it fits fittingly into this day of feasting. This will be the last day of feasting, but you don't tend to cook new stuff off. You tend to recycle or reuse all the stuff that hasn't been eaten over the last couple of days. Perhaps, maybe you might throw some of it, the leftover veg and things like that, into a big pot and make a broth or a stew, something warm to keep you nice and cozy through those winter months. Bearing in mind, I'm talking about the Viking times where you would have been in a little log cabin with lots of other people with a big Yule log burning. But let's remember the Yule log is still burning. There is still about another 5 days left on that beastie. Okay, so I'm now going to crack on with the read. The read for this coming July. As I said definitely I think it was the May read. Should have said it in the June read, and definitely the July read. The further you start to try to divine, the more cloudy it gets. There's a lot of free will involved in all these reads, and a lot of things can happen. Okay, so let's crack on with it. Well, here we go again. Let's grab some runes. The deck's been pre-shuffled already. Let's try not to get the horse out again. Right, so 3 runes. There we go. We got 1, 2, 3. So we got your month, love, wealth, and the month of the world. Okay, so we got our runes out. Yeah, lovely jubbly. We'll start by the first one. There we go. It's one that can't be in reverse, which is always good. So it has been out a couple of times. It is Iwas. Okay. Sorry about that. I really should have put that on pause for that one. It is Iwas. It's the yew tree. If you remember, I've talked to you about the yew tree. If you notice, my camera's on a bit of a wider screen, bigger than normal. I'm trying new settings or different settings on my phone. Just generally trying to get a big picture on my YouTube videos. Okay. But consequently, I've had to prop my phone up on a little bit of an angle this time because it was cutting out even more of the shot than normal. And so it's the yew tree. It's all about rebirth, renewal, conclusions. The yew tree itself, when the yew tree rots away and dies, starts to fall apart, a little yew tree is growing from within inside it. But consequently, the yew tree is also deadly to humans and other animals. It's very poisonous, especially those little red berries, and they do look so appealing, trust me. Don't eat them. It's my advice, sir. Okay. Some cards have dropped out for this. So this is for your month in general. The month for July for you, the viewer in general. It's a month of rebirth. It's a month of, I'm actually going to say magic and mystery. Things are going to happen you never expected were going to happen. Okay. You will get victories or machinations for your hard work. You will be getting communications. You'll be getting new contracts. Possibly just reaffirming old contracts. For some of you, these will be love contracts, soulmate contracts. And it won't just be 1 or 2 soulmates. You will be basically inundated by soulmates. Okay? People will be coming out of the woodwork, left, right, and centre. And you will just seem to have some sort of kindred attachment to them. Okay? A little bit more detail. The 6 of Wands is all about victory. It's a hard-won victory. And to be quite honest, the way these reads have been going and the previous months, just getting to July is going to be a hard-won victory for you. The 8 of Wands is forward movement. There is passion involved in it. There's always passion involved with every wand card. For some of you, I feel it is going to actually be a message that it's a broken contract. Okay, something's going to break within the contract. Some term or clause is going to come into effect because those people in that card are meant to be laying in a state of rest. Okay, they are dead. But for the rest of you, it is going to be some sort of communication about a new contract, which is nice. Okay, and with the seven of cards, with the seven of cards there, with the cups all over it, we have got choices, or the illusion of choices. It's going to appear that you have lots of different choices, but possibly when you start digging into these choices, you're going to start to realize that there was only one choice, and there only ever was one choice, and you should go with that choice. The Two of Wands is crossing this, and that is literally what I just said about the choices. Yeah, you have one wand in your hand already, which you're going to have to put down to pick up the other wand. He's a big guy. He's a giant. He's the size of a fully grown poplar tree. But yet he can't carry those trees with one hand. He has to carry them with both hands. There's a choice coming up. You're going to have to put something down. You're going to have to leave something behind to take on something new. Okay, so let's have a look in love for you. Did that come out last month in love? I know, it's bad, isn't it? It was only just this morning I'd done that read for you lot, and I've forgotten what it is already. I'll rephrase that. I haven't forgotten what it is. I'm going to butcher the pronunciation of it though. It's Dazag. But it's daylight, it's sun. Okay. But what I meant was I've forgotten if it was actually that position in the last read I'd done for these Yules, or was it down here in wealth? It doesn't really matter because this is this read. This is for July. Okay. So it's daylight, success, hope, breakthroughs, transformations. It's sort of like this very similar card to the sun, if you know your tarot. And so within love, you are having your breakthroughs, your transformations. Possibly friendships are turning into full-on love and passion, or possibly what you thought was a love and passion is now turning into some form of friendship instead. It doesn't always have to be the way round you want it. We got the Queen of Swords coming out for that. Oh, there is balance involved with that rune as well. We got the Four of Cups. We got justice, balance. Lovely. And we've got the Hermit coming out. This looks very similar to, I think, the Gemini read I done. Or possibly the Virgo read I done in between these two reads. But still, we have got the Queen of Swords. Well, the Queen of Swords can be an emotionally cold person within a relationship, but they keep their feelings and their passion locked away. Okay, this isn't because they don't love you or anything like that. They could love you more than you could ever know. It is more to do with the fact that they have been hurt too many times in the past. A good way of thinking of the Queen of Swords was she was the Queen of Cups' little sister, possibly twin sister, separated by a few minutes. And all the attention went to the Queen of Cups. And any attention what went to her always ended up not being very nice in the end. And she just become emotionally cold. It is also a card of taking inaction. Both of these are cards of inaction. The Queen of Swords knows the truth. She's a sword card. She's a court card from the swords. She knows the truth. She's not dealing with the truth. She's holding the sword of truth in her hands, but she's just refusing to deal with it. She's thinking about it. The next card in the sequence actually shows you what she's doing. She's thinking about that truth. That's what he's doing. He's got 3 cups in front of him, but he's still thinking about the truth of the matter. I'm not happy with those 3 cups in front of me. I want something else. I want something a little bit more free, a little bit more airy. Okay. There is an argument for balance between you all that is a 4 after all, and 4 is a balancing card. And justice is you are looking for something to give yourself justice. You think you deserve better. You think you deserve more. It is coming out right on top of that 6 of Cups as well, which is all about soul connections and the like. You think you might be getting a soulmate, but you're thinking you deserve more than the soulmate you've got. And you will be looking inward for questions and answers and guidance for your theories and thinkings. The 5 of Pentacles crossing this. For some of you, you are going to feel left out in the cold. You're cold manner there, and or possibly you will be leaving people out in the cold. I actually feel is more to the case. You're emotionless. You're emotionally detachment from the whole love situation. The fact that you're feeling you deserve, and you it'll be justice if you get more. My life's been shit. I've gone through hell. I deserve something better than this turning up on my doorstep. It can also just be a card of worrying. Perhaps you just feel like in July you don't have the finances to think about a relationship just yet. Which is a very silly way to go, really, because when you start thinking about relationships and pregnancies and everything else and babies, you never are financially sound. So we got ice again. Well, that we had out in the last read as well, and that one was there. I remember that. But now it's coming in your wealth. There is going to be a form of blockage within your wealth. Okay, possibly if you rely on a lot of overtime in your business or in your job, you might be losing it. And hell, if you're a job owner or a business, a job owner, I own these jobs. If you're a business owner and you supply people with a lot of overtime or the like, perhaps your people are not going to be taking you up on that offer. Perhaps it's like, well, I can actually make do with what I'm on, so I don't need to waste my time putting in the work for you because I got other things to do with my time. Yeah, so it could be like that. It's blockages in all sorts of ways, but again, it's the surface energies of things are blocked within wealth, not necessarily the undercurrents. The undercurrents could still be going, well, stronger than normal and more turbulent than normal because, well, you've got a big chunk of ice on top of the river now, so there's a greater pressure involved. Even the smallest, like shallowest, and well, no, looks like I just freeze right up. But even a nice, like steady stream becomes like a rapid underneath a sheet of ice. So we got that Five of Pentacles that come out, and again is now come out in reverse. Okay, so it's a cold card. It's being left out in the cold, but it is in reverse this time. So there is a 4 in off. This ice is possibly there from something what happened in the month before for some of you, and it's starting to break, it's starting to fall off. It's still causing blockages. You have to remember, ice back in the Viking times was absolutely worthless. It was just obstacles in your life. Ice these days might be very useful for various different things, keeping hot things cool and putting in your drink during the summertime. But back then, you didn't need ice in your drink in the summertime. You were going to have about 6 months of it. The last thing you wanted was any shape, form or look of ice during the summer months. So yeah, and these worries, again, the 5 of Pentacles in a financial part of the read would actually be financial hardship, but it's in reverse. So the financial hardship is coming to an end, or you are seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. The Wheels of Fortune is involved in this, and it is changing, and it's also a good indicator that you can't actually change things. Okay, it's like ice. You can't stop the ice from forming on the river. Eventually it will. Okay, you can't. When the winter time comes, okay, yeah, there are certain parts in the world will never see ice, but you've got to remember these cards are not Viking cards. We're doing Yuletide. It's all Scandinavian. They saw ice a lot. Okay, you can't stop it. You can't prevent it, and that's what this Wheel of Fortune is saying. Whatever way round that works for you in your read, the Wheels of Fortune are changing. The tide of time is changing. The ice is melting. Okay, opening the doors to a new beginning. Again, this could be if you play the stock markets and things, invest in things you would not normally think about. Take the risk on the foolish option, if you like. There is a little bit of indecision. There is a little bit of a difficult decision to be reconciled, but within your soul, you've already made it. Yeah. So if you're umming and ahhing about where to put your money, you go with that gut feeling. You know you've already made that choice, and you're just, I don't know, putting on a show for someone around you. Crossing this is the Three of Wands, setting the intention, looking for new horizons, waiting for your ships to come in. It's a little bit of a standstill card. Okay, there is a little bit of stagnancy in your finances for July, but obviously with the frozen ice there, but it is coming to an end, I feel. It is thawing out, bearing in mind. We got ice during a summer month read. It can't be that bad. Okay, oh, I was looking at this one earlier. Basically, it's a representation of the divine, okay, chance, things taken out of your hands. Like what I said about this Wheel of Fortune is all wrapped up in that one rune there. Let's get on with this then, shall we? Yes, I just paused it for a cup of tea. Right. Okay, well, not a cup of tea, a mouthful of tea. I'm drying up something chronic today. Well, my mouth is anyway. So I'm rambling on telling you what that rune is. I haven't even told you what it's called yet. So let's try to pronounce this. This is Perfro. Okay, it is mystery, secrets, revolutions. Okay, and chance. As I said, it sort of is a bit like the Wheel of Fortune. You can't stop things happening. It's actually, if I turn it that way, yeah, that's in reverse. It should be that way. So that's in reverse. So if I turn it that way, yeah, no, that way, sorry. It's the cup. It's the cup you put the dice in to roll, okay? It's a game of chance, yeah? Unless you've got weighted dice, but we don't do that. So that's it. It's in reverse. And so I'm going to say it's like mysteries revealed and the like. This is for the main world, okay? Like the political stance of things, what might be happening weather-wise and geologically and all that. And it is actually looking quite good. And so we have the mysteries, we have the secrets being revealed, we have chance actually showing its hand, I feel, in reverse. But there is also a warning, the fact that it is in reverse, it does have a darker side of it. Don't leave things to chance. Don't just think, oh yeah, everything will be fine. It always does work out. You have to have a little bit of input. The world has to have a little bit of input. Well, the masses has to have a little bit of input with what's going on around them. Votes, things like that. We have the Emperor here. It's an expansion. So most big groups within the world are going to want to be expanding into different territories, different fields, shall we say, where, say, London has always been renowned for a financial capital. It wants to expand into something different. And it wants to work with people on this. It will be bringing in people from left, right and centre to make this work. Okay. The Judgment card there is things coming back from the past. So these things will be, well, perhaps, I don't know, London used to be a bustling trade centre, a port, long ago. And perhaps they're going back that way, okay? And maybe that's where you need to be risking your money, okay? And for the end of it, it's the Sun. The Sun is happiness, joy, security, it's balance, it's all that sort of thing, okay? So we got the Four of Pentacles crossing this. The Four of Pentacles is all about, well, actually, from the picture of the card, it's working hard for your money. It's the first thing, but it's about greed. It's about hanging on to things, saving for the hell of saving. Not saving because you want a new car or you want to buy a boat or get a house. It's just saving because I got money, I'm going to put it in the bank. Oh, I can only have toast all week because I put all my money in the bank because I'm saving it. I'm saving it for what? Nothing. I'm just saving it. Yeah, it's like that. And there is a fear what goes along with that about loss, obviously losing your savings and the like. As I was reading this, I don't know if you noticed, there was a hesitation when I got round about there. I kind of all of a sudden felt post-Blitz, okay, when the community all got together and started rebuilding things after the war. I don't know if that means anything. Perhaps there is just a resurgence. I did say revolutions down there, but it's in reverse. So, and this is about the governments and things. So this is more to the people. I feel the people are going to sort of resurge together and start trying to put right what they deem is wrong within their towns and cities themselves. Okay, and some of this could lead to revolution and uprisings and the like. I have to be careful with what words I say because YouTube algorithms can pick them up, especially when I start getting controversial like this. But it's what I'm feeling off the energies. It's a long way out. We're 7 months out from now, and it's an intermittent feeling. I'm getting off that little spread. It's just banging me. It's every time. It's almost like watching a float, and you're watching it get knocked by the fish, but the fish ain't quite taking the bait. Yeah, it's like that. Okay, so there you go. That is your read for July. If it resonates with you, feel free to come back in 7 months' time and leave a comment saying, Simon, you're fantastic. You banged it all on the nail, or banged a nail on the head for me there. Hopefully I haven't banged any nails into any coffins. So, right. Catch you all soon. Enjoy your Boxing Day.